What's up, Sagittarius? Welcome to your end of May general reading. I apologize that these are coming out so late. I was on vacation and I actually had every intention of doing these readings. I took my camera, I took my cards, everything, but girl, it just didn't work out. So here we are. I hope you guys have been enjoying May so far. I want to say thank you to all of you guys who subscribe and like and share and like totally have supported the channel and given me great vibes. I really appreciate you. If you're new, what's up? I'm Danny. Nice to meet you. Thanks for giving me a chance. Let's get into this because I've already pulled the cards. Okay, Sag. You guys, for many of you right now, it feels like there's a big emphasis on family. There's a big emphasis on happiness, especially in terms of like a romantic sense and what that looks like for you, what that means for you. As your animal spirit guide, you guys got the elk card, which I love. This is a great card. It's like the father of earth energy, right? This is about stability. This is a great provider. This is someone, elk energy is generally speaking to someone who is very established, right? And they've got their stuff together. So it feels like there may be a lot of you who feel like in one way or another you have your things together. Like maybe you may be financially set and everything's looking good on that front, but there is like this still like yearning, right? It feels like this yearning for love or whatever. Because the elk energy is, again, it's earth energy, so it's really in search for that stability, and it provides that, right? Yeah, it's a supportive energy. It's a stable energy. It's an energy that can be trusted. It's like, this person makes great mother, great father. And actually children, or the subject of children, might be a really big deal, whether you have children right now or not. That could be a dream that some of you guys are like, I want to meet someone, I want to get married, I want to have a family, that kind of thing. Some of you, maybe that's already a thing. You've already got children on the board. We do have 10 of Cups here with the kids. We do have Page of Cups here with the kids. Or, that makes me think of a kid. We do have the sun as your underlying energy, which we'll get into, and I love that. And then also, just so you know, fast forwarding, we do have the children card in terms of your love. So I feel like a lot of you guys are thinking forward, especially those of you who feel like you're established and you're like, look, I got my money together, I got my career together, like I'm just missing a partner type thing. It's like, okay, Sag is ready to settle down, right? I just picked up these cards called Empowering Questions, which have been really helpful for me. Honestly, I've been using them in my personal life whenever I'm feeling a little stuck on something. Like I've been telling all the other signs, sometimes when we're trying to figure out a problem, or the solution to a problem, sometimes we're looking at it the wrong way and we're asking ourselves the wrong questions. So I really pulled these cards with the intention of like, what does Sag need to be asking themselves right now? What is the main thing that, they're triggered by right now? Like, what is the root? Let's get to the fruit. Feel me? And you guys got, what is the most important thing for me in this moment? That is what you guys pulled in terms of your question. Really good question. I think this is something that we should be asking ourselves often. Really good question. I feel like family, love, children, for many of you guys right now, that's on the docket. Some of you guys may have lost somebody in terms of like, maybe you guys had a breakup or something. And so maybe there's that yearning like, oh, but I really wanted this, this situation to work, and I wanted to build this with them, and I wanted to blah. I do feel a little bit of that for some of you too, but it definitely feels like right now that's the priority. And it's really interesting. I mean, we'll be coming out of Taurus season, and Taurus season, what that like rules the second house. That's all about value. I mean, yeah, it can be about money and that type of thing, like materialistically, but in general, the second house rules the values, what we value. So I feel like May has really brought you guys to a place where you're really questioning like, okay, what is it that I want next? What is it that what's really going to make me tick? What's really going to make me happy? And for some of you, it feels like family and that whole thing is like where we're headed. Or that's been a topic that's been popping up. Okay. Now, Underlying energy, again, Sun card. I feel like there's a big focus on family. I feel like there's a big focus on happiness, which I love. And overall, it's one of those things where I actually feel like you guys are in an okay place. It doesn't feel like you guys are like, ooh, I want, this, that, the third. I actually feel like you guys are in an okay place. I feel like something, it's kind of like that energy of like, nothing's wrong, like nothing's technically wrong, but it's just kind of like, it kind of feels like that. If we're speaking on career and stuff like that, I feel like you guys are feeling pretty strong, feeling pretty stable, right? Again, it just, when it comes to feelings, love, emotional bonds and connections with people, and like just thinking about, future forward, what you guys want to do, it feels like that's where we get a little like, nyeh. So let's explore that. Let's see here. You guys start out with King of Wands, which is your energy, love it. 10 of Cups, Queen of Wands. Crazy, right? You got the King and Queen. But notice when they're like this, what's separating them, right? It's like that happy family. Again, I feel like you guys, in terms of career, in terms of all that, I feel like you guys are feeling really good, feeling really strong, feeling like you know your purpose, where you're going, what you're doing with it, fine. It's almost like this dream is what's the separation, right? What's really interesting is whenever I look at the King and Queen like this, I always feel like there's a disconnect, right? Because they're not even looking at one another. Now, if we were placed like this, it would be a little bit different, right? They're looking towards each other's direction. But you guys have it where it's like this, and you have the 10 of Cups in the middle. So, number one, I will say, whenever I see a King and Queen of the same suit on a spread, I mean, that lets me know there's potential for, a really divine connection. I think what this is telling me for you guys, a lot of you guys are just really ready to meet someone who you feel like understands you and is willing to and wanting to love you in the ways that you want to be loved, need to be loved. And I mean, with your fire energy, that has a lot to do with just a passionate love, a fiery love, right? Someone who really goes for it and takes action in a relationship. I don't think you guys want someone to just sit back. Like, you want someone who takes action with you, right? Some of you guys may have your eyes set on somebody already. But again, my concern is with this Queen of Wands looking the other direction, even though in many ways I feel like this is your energy too, right? This is in your future position. But if we're just looking at the layout of the spread, it's almost like there's some type of a disconnect. Now, with that 10 of Cups, again, I really do feel like family and things are the focus. And 10 of Cups isn't always about family. It's about overall happiness, right? It's like, that is the ultimate, I'm fucking happy. 10 of Cups. It doesn't get any better than that. And I feel like you guys are in a good place, but I almost just feel like you're like feeling like there's this missing link. And for some of you, you guys know or feel like you know who or what that missing link is. And for some of you, it's like, I feel like you're just searching, but ready to extend that love to someone. 6 of Pentacles. I think it's really important that you guys have someone that balances you out and someone who you feel like it, gives to the relationship in the same ways that you do. Again, like I said, that reciprocity is really, really, really important to you guys, and really search for that, because I feel like you guys can get into a place where maybe you end up giving too much to a situation, or maybe it's flipped, like other people have given to situations. The thing about Sagittarius are, like people really are like, no, Sag is a player, like don't even fall in love, don't even get involved, and okay, fine. But when a Sag picks someone, they pick someone, like they're serious about that shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like if a Sag is all in, if they say they're all in, they're all in. Really, otherwise they don't really like to give people false hope, which is one thing I appreciate about you guys. But there's this sense of needing to find balance. Maybe if you guys have been dating people and, it's just like, oh, well, they're cool, but there's that something missing. You guys are ready to build with someone, right? You're ready to build a love, build a connection with someone. Now you've got the 6 of Cups clarifying the 10 of Cups. Yeah. So some of you know exactly who this person is. You feel like you've met your soulmate. Some of you, I feel like this is just in a place of wanting to really have that and looking for that and really not settling until you have that, which I love that. Until then, I feel like you guys are just really about your coin, about handling your business, which is great. Still being your charming, fun yous. But it's like you are really open for love, and you want a real, like, you want to tie something down. I feel like just a lot of you guys are in a place where you're like, look, I'm ready. I had fun. I did the things. I dated. I got my house. I did this. I like, honey, we can, I'm ready. I'm ready. Like, a lot of you guys are just ready. But there is a sense of feeling stuck in that. Queen of Wands is clarified by the Five of Pentacles. So this is in our future position. I want you guys to stay encouraged, because there is a chance that something comes along and kind of makes you feel like you're not worthy, or maybe like guilt over something that happened in the past or something that didn't happen in the past. I just want you to really remain in your power, because at the end of the day, I feel like you guys are still very attractive in terms of, like, if you guys are looking for love, the opportunity is out there for you. For me, what this feels like is a lot of you might have your eyes set on a specific outcome with a specific person, and that's where you can get yourself fucked up. Okay. Whenever we're trying to manifest anything, even if you have an actual idea, like, no, I want this specific person, I want this, that's fine. And you can manifest specific people, you can manifest specific things, but you can't have that attachment to the outcome linked to it. And that's where things get a little tricky. It's like, then if you see any signs of, oh, this doesn't feel like it's working out, you can honestly end up tripping yourself up. I think the thing is, it's like, okay, so if I were trying to manifest a person right now, I would think about, let's say if there's a specific person I like, oh, I like so-and-so. Fine, Danny, you could like so-and-so. But at the end of the day, too, I know I have to put it in terms of, I like so-and-so. What are the attributes about so-and-so I like? Oh, I like that he's this, 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 this. Okay, fine. Well, I essentially want this, 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 that this person has, but I am open because I don't know everything. And maybe there's something out there that's better. So if you are trying to specifically manifest a person or a situation, fine, do it. Fuck it. Like, go for it. But don't get attached to the idea of a specific outcome, because that's where we can start feeling feelings of lack and like, oh, I'm not worthy, if we feel like it's not going our way. You guys have this energy of King and Queen. I love it. King and Queen of Wands. That both of them are attractive. They're fiery. They're fun. They're charming. They're good at what they do. They're passionate about what they do. They don't do shit that they're not passionate about, right? And so that's beautiful. Really hold on to that, and that's working for you. Just don't get lost in things not going exactly your way, because that has the potential to really trip you up. And at the end of the day, I do feel like you've got great things coming for you. It's almost like you just have to let go of that attachment or something. That's what it feels like. Now, take this as it resonates, right? This is not going to resonate for everybody, because this doesn't have anyone's name on it, okay? So use your best discernment with that. It's going to be different with everybody. Now, in your environment, you've got Page of Cups. There is someone around you who's interested, whether you see it or not, whether whatever. There's someone that, there's potential for a startup of love here. Pages always come when we're on the cusp of new things. So that's really beautiful. You guys have the potential to start something new. And with the World, with Miss Rue being the clarifier, this lets me know that you guys have really completed cycles and are ready for a new one. Now, you may have completed a cycle with a specific person, and now this leads you to where you can meet someone else. But I think that's a really beautiful energy. You guys have the potential to really try to sow some seed and work on something with this Seven of Pentacles, which is interesting because you have Seven of Pentacles again. But I think that's a really good energy. I would just say keep your eyes peeled, stay open-minded to receive, because you might have something coming at you, but I just feel like it's going to look and feel different than what you've known, possibly for some of you. And that's quite all right, because if it does, like, let's say something comes to you and it does feel or look different, it's like, it's actually better than what, you had hoped for. Now, Hangman energy is next. Hangman has been showing up in a few of these reads, right? Interesting. Interesting. I just thought about something. So, I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be getting clarity probably right around now. Like right around, we just had that Scorpio full moon, right? Scorpio full moon for you guys, that would sit in your 12th house. 12th house is ruled by Pisces. That's Piscean energy. That's all about dreams, illusion, karma. You know what I mean? The unconscious. It's a very spiritual, watery energy. And you guys have that energy showing up here. I feel like this full moon has been really beneficial to you guys. And full moon energy lasts a while. So don't think like, oh, well, didn't feel shit. So it wasn't for me. You know, the full moon energy will last a while, but it feels like you guys are getting awarenesses. And for some of you, that awareness is walking away from something. You guys got 6 of Swords, clarifying that Hangman energy. This could be something that you've probably been needing to do for a while. And maybe since it's in our hopes and fears, it almost feels to me like this is something you have been holding out on walking away from because you've been so hopeful about it. But maybe this is the time to do that. And walking away in terms of 6 of Swords, yeah, it's like literally walking away, but swords rule, like swords have to do with our minds, right? And how we communicate our thoughts and feelings, right? Yeah, I feel like it's just really important not to, if there's something that you guys are trying to make happen and there's something that you guys want, I just think it's really important not to close off the possibilities of it looking differently. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, it might just fucking look differently. And, you know, use this time to gain perspective and really see things a little bit different and a little clearer. I feel like this full moon is going to be a good shakeup for you guys in terms of what you need to do to move forward, because it feels like you guys have goals of what you want. So if there's something that you've been wanting, let's say you want marriage, you want family, and you've been just stalling, waiting on someone specific to give it to you, but they haven't been wanting to give it to you, what do? Are you going to just continue to hang from that tree? Right? Ooh. And I see that for a lot of you guys, this is something that you put time and effort in, right? But now it's time to make a judgment call. It's time to make a decision. Wow, this is crazy because it really leads us to these next 3 cards that I was going to talk about. So 8 of Swords, Judgment again, and King of Swords. Some of you guys might be dealing with air energy. I'm feeling air energy very strong here. And this 8 of Swords person, this could be you being stuck or them being stuck. But I feel like it's you. Now, the 8 of Swords, whenever I get 8 of Swords, I mean, it's not the greatest card, but it's actually, for me, I don't know, it's empowering for me. Because if I get the 8 of Swords, it's telling me like, girl, yeah, you're stuck and you don't know what to do, but it's your fault. Like, you can get yourself unstuck. Because this person is not really stuck, right? They're mentally trapped. But there's something that makes me feel powerful in this card when I get it and I know I'm going through a hard time. I'm like, oh, okay, well then like whatever it is, like I can figure it out. You know what I mean? It's kind of that same energy. You know, I feel like there's just a lot of changes going on, and I think it's a little bit uncomfortable, but I think you guys are actually starting to really get some awarenesses and realize some things, you know? 5 of Swords, it's like if people are moving in different directions than you, then what the fuck are you gonna do? You're just gonna, what are you gonna do? Go towards your happiness. 9 of Cups. What is important is what makes you happy. I feel like I answered your question. It's funny. What's the most important thing for me in this moment? Well, I don't know. For me, whenever I answer this question, it's always like that I'm happy, that I'm in a good place. Because I know that if I'm right now in my present, no matter what's going on in a good place, I can make whatever things I got to make happen. You guys might have to make a judgment call on something because, again, it feels like some of you guys are hung up on a certain outcome, a certain person, a certain success, a certain something. And it may be something that, you know, over time is just making you feel stuck. Well, unstick yourself, you know, make the change, make the judgment call. You guys are strong enough to do so. Now, with that King of Swords, you got Knight of Pentacles. That's slow moving energy, right? So this might be something that again has been a long time coming. For some of you guys, I feel like this is energy that's needed to be let out. These are things that you needed to release in one way or another. And doesn't mean you have to like completely cut a person off and be like, fuck you. No, but stop being emotionally engaged in things that aren't giving to you in the same way that you're giving to them, you know? Yeah, stop. If it's getting you to a place where you're feeling hurt, like Eight of Swords, girl, stop. But let go of that, right? It's going to be for your highest good. It's going to be for your highest good. So again, this feels like a time like where nothing is really wrong. You guys are feeling pretty set, but you guys are starting to think about long term, what do I value? What do I want? And you're realizing that some of the things that you've been stuck on are just not going to get you there. So really find power in that. If you do, I mean, you've got this. This is the underlying energy. So this is what is driving the boat. Like you have that supporting you. But it's going to require your intentional effort and your intentional like decision making, and you know what I mean, like it feels like this is something that you might not be able to ride out for much longer, because like why would you? I don't know. So oops, you guys got let go of guilt. Okay. When you allow your light to shine brightly, you inspire others. Forgive yourself for what you think you've done or not done, and trust that God loves you unconditionally for who you are. Learn and grow from past mistakes instead of berating yourself for them. Yes. So again, especially if this is love, because this could be anything else. This is just, I'm reading it how it feels for me. It's your job to discern and how it resonates for you. Be okay with where you are. Don't blame yourself for like relationships that didn't work out that maybe you really wanted to. Like don't, like things don't work out because they're not supposed to, or like certain people are only supposed to be in your life in a certain way for a certain amount of time. Like it's totally fine. Like that is life. Through life we have a bunch of deaths and rebirths, deaths and rebirths, deaths and rebirths. And Scorpio, right, ruling what, the 8th house, that's all about death and regeneration, transformation, sex. So there's a lot of, even though you're in a good place, there's a lot of these underlying heavy feelings going on, and just use this energy to help you let go of it. Okay. And then you guys got children. So your love life is being affected by children. So this could be either because you have children with someone and maybe that's like, maybe wanting children one day, maybe someone that you're interested in has children and like that's different for you dating, or maybe you have a child and like you're trying to date and it's weird dating with a child. It's weird for me, I'll tell you that. So I understand, like there's something about family, children, legacy that is really building here and it's been heavy on your mind. And I just invite you guys to let everything that feels like resisting in terms of that go. You guys are on your way to happiness, and it feels like you guys more than ever are very clear on what it is that you want, especially in terms of a partner. So do not sell yourself short. Okay. I love you guys very much. If you'd like a personal read, please reach out to me at shesvibeytarot@gmail.com, and I will talk to you later. Bye.